Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Noni Madueke has officially signed for Arsenal. This is your daily Arsenal transfer roundup where we dive into the biggest stories in the day. And of course, today has been a very busy day at Arsenal. Arsenal have struck an agreement to sign Gyökeres. Add-ons have been finalized. That has been the biggest problem as reported in the morning. That is done. He will be flying for his medicals on Friday, and that is confirmed. Medicals booked. Friday is the day. Also today, Nwaneri has extended his contract at Arsenal. Deal agreed in principle. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that. We have had medicals on Mascara, and we have also had an announcement to 9 players that Arsenal will be selling them. 9 players will be leaving the Emirates Stadium this summer. Some of them are your favorites, Martinelli, Trossard, Jesus, and some of them are players all of us can agree we are actually gonna leave. So if you've been at work, if you've been busy and you missed the stories on the channel, don't worry, settle down. Let's dive into the biggest stories today. Let's start off with Noni Madueke. Fabrizio Romano just confirmed today that Noni Madueke has signed his 5-year deal at Arsenal after passing his medicals. That is done, that is dusted. A contract until 2030. He's going to be earning a very, very good wage as well. He's going to be part of pre-season that Mikel Arteta is handling in Asia, but also a couple of games that will be held back in the UK. So that is done. Welcome to Arsenal, Noni Madueke. The expectation is that this deal doesn't block any of the other deals that we are trying to do. We shall do sales as planned, and we shall move to sign Eze. We shall also move to sign Rodrigo if the funds are available. He's coming in as a right winger that can also cover on the left-hand side, but also he's coming in as a versatile attacking player that Arsenal feel he can actually play anywhere. Now, there is something I saw online, and I'm just saying that Madueke is viewed as Arsenal's Mo Salah. Like this Chelsea guy that doesn't work out at Chelsea but goes to another club and obliterates the records. If Madueke becomes that, I don't have a problem with that. I'm okay with that. All I want is Arsenal to win. If Arsenal win and Madueke is doing it, well, that's very, very good investment for money. But I think it's going to be a very, very big burden on his shoulders. £50 million, and you're not even a guaranteed starter. Are we really going to get the best out of Noni Madueke? Are we really going to get real value out of Noni Madueke? That question goes to Mikel Arteta. And like I said, within a couple of days, today is the 16th. So within about 1 week, within 7 days, we should be able to see how Mikel Arteta plans to set up with Noni Madueke. Right wing, left wing, central midfielder. We don't know. We are just waiting to see what the plan real is for Noni Madueke. But today, we've got a very good announcement, and it comes in from Chris Whitley, who confirms that Victor Gyökeres, everything now has been ironed out. The add-ons were a problem with, of course, Sporting President Veranda's asking for more and more and more and more, but that has been ironed out as well. Everything has been agreed between Arsenal and Sporting, and the player will fly for medicals on Friday. Now, what I don't understand here is this. Is he going to fly for medicals this week and then do medicals on Friday? Or is he actually going to do to fly in on Friday and do medicals on the same day? I don't know. But I think it's practically impossible for Arsenal to have him arrive on Friday and then he does medicals on Friday, especially if the manager wants him by Saturday. So what's going to happen? Today is Wednesday. There's a very big possibility that he flies in tomorrow, does his medicals on Friday, and then he flies out again with the team to Asia on Saturday. That is the most plausible scenario I can think about. But for me, the most important thing is that the deal is done. If he passes his medicals, right? If he passes his medicals, signs his contract, Arsenal can actually do the other things while we are on tour. We can do the announcement while we are on tour. We can, we can do other things as well while we are on tour. He can do his first interviews in Asia. I think that is Indonesia and Hong Kong. I think that's where Arsenal will be. We can do our medicals there. Not medicals. We can do the announcement there. We can do the interviews there. We can do the media duties there. All he needs to do, fly in for medicals, and everything else can be done later. Or alternatively, I've seen clubs do this. Why doesn't he do his medicals in Portugal, right? if he does his medicals in Portugal, then 100% he comes into this Arsenal team with everything done. We just announce him. Maybe that is out of criteria for Arsenal this summer, because most of the players that we have had have actually done medicals at the Arsenal headquarters. So I don't think he's gonna do his medicals outside the Arsenal HQ. He will arrive at the HQ, do his medicals on Friday. That has been confirmed. Now today as well, Nwaneri and his saga is finally over. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Arsenal have reached a deal in principle with your man Nwaneri to actually play for Arsenal for more 4 years with another year, in terms of an option to extend. Now, Nwaneri never actually asked for more game time. He was asking about, where am I going to play? I want to know, where am I going to play? What is the plan for me in the coming years? He's, I think, 19 or 20 right now. I think he's 19, right? He's younger than Lewis Scully. Scully is turning 19, so he could be 17 or 18, Nwaneri as well. So in the next 4 years, he's going to be like 23, right? He's going to be like 23. There is a lot of time for Nwaneri to actually develop. But this is a very good move by Arsenal. It's a power move by Arsenal, because at times you've got to keep your best players. Nwaneri is homegrown. Lewis Scully is homegrown. Saka is homegrown. You've got to keep some of these players. I know we've lost a couple of them. Omar Hutchinson, Charlie Patino, Florent Palagan, Aiden Heaven. We have lost them. And it's understandable. You can't keep all the players that come through the doors of the academy. But also, you can't lose all the players that come through the doors of the academy. We are told that Chelsea were pushing to sign him. We are also told that Borussia Dortmund were pushing him to sign a deal with them to make him the next Jude Bellingham, right? But Arsenal have told him, you're going to play more centrally. You're going to be this player that, is an option to Odegaard, the number 10 of the club. You're going to have enough game time, and you're going to play in a more central role. And that is what made the player stay. But we are being told he never considered not staying at Arsenal. He never considered that. Today as well, Christian Mascara has done his medicals at Arsenal. What a move. And very, very quick. Monday, Arsenal agree a deal. Tuesday, he flies in. Wednesday, he does his medicals. And possibly Thursday, he's announced as a new Arsenal player. So, new signing Christian Mascara has been at Arsenal at the headquarters doing his medicals. And we can confirm that today he's been undergoing those medicals. But there is no confirmation yet over whether he has passed them or not yet. But if that happens, then I'll be the first person to let you know. Christian Mascara will be part of preseason as well. Now, after Christian Mascara medicals, today Arsenal have also booked medicals for Gyökeres. Like I said, he will be doing his medicals at Arsenal right on Friday. Okay? So, that is what has happened. Now, 9 players have been informed by Arsenal that they are okay to leave. Right? Today, you have 9 players whose stance and future at Arsenal is in the air after Arsenal considering a sell for them. These are the 9 players that Arsenal are considering for sale. If the right offer comes in, if a good offer comes in, Arsenal will not stand in the way of these 9 players. Number 1 is goalkeeper Calhain. Calhain obviously was on loan at Real Valladolid. A couple of clubs are actually interested in Calhain, but on loan. Now, Arsenal saying if the right offer comes in for Calhain, we shall actually sell. We're not going to stand in his way. We're not going to block his move. We shall actually sell the player if the right offer comes in. And for me, the right offer could be between 10 to 15 million euros. Arsenal should be okay with that. Player number 2. Let's just go from goalkeeper to defense and then midfield and then attack. So player number 2 is Alexander Zinchenko. Although he's one of the players that really kind of laid the foundation to this ambitious Arsenal project, and us really believing that Arsenal fans, we deserve more, Arsenal as a club, we deserve more. He's been told by the club, it is time up. Now, Arsenal want about 25 million euros, but we could be lucky to get around 30 million euros if a good offer comes in. But he's one of those players that I think will leave Arsenal, even if a bad offer arrives. Like, I won't be surprised for Zinchenko to leave for some like 17 million euros plus add-ons. But that is player number 2 that has been told at Arsenal, your future is closed. Jakub Kiwior is the other. Now, it was reported earlier that Arsenal are very, very confident, and Mikel Arteta was confident that they are convinced about Jakub Kiwior. But the arrival of Christian Mascara now opens up a route where Arsenal are like, okay, we can let go of Jakub Kiwior. The problem with Jakub Kiwior is not interest. So many clubs are interested. And I tell you, Manchester United, like, what are you doing? You do not have a backline, and Jakub Kiwior is for sale. For me, Manchester United should be looking at Kiwior, Zinchenko, and Calvert in one summer. I'm not trying to troll Manchester United, but if you want a good backup goalkeeper, Calvert could be that. And now with Onana injured, Calvert could start the season very well. And then at centre back, Lisandro Martinez is always injured. You could have Kiwior as a backup, and he would do it for them very, very well. And then you think about Zinchenko at left back. Well, maybe he's not that very good of a left back, but Manchester United don't have a midfield practically. He could switch in. He could move into that midfield at Man United and do a very good job. But those three, Arsenal will be accepting offers for them come the end, before the end of the transfer window. Now, moving into midfield, that is where the real discussion now starts, okay? Because Arsenal are saying, Fabio Vieira, you've not done a lot, but the manager is no longer sure why we signed him. Fabio Vieira will always go down as one of the most perplexing signings that I've ever had walk through the doors of Arsenal. Not because he wasn't Italian, not because he wasn't a good player, but it's just like the vision. I don't understand, because Mikel Arteta was clear. He wanted to play with 2 8s. Xhaka as the left 8 and Odegaard as the right 8. And after Xhaka, it was Kai Havertz. When he failed, he turned Rice into the left 8. Okay? What was the role of Vieira in the first place? Like, what did he come in to do? Why did we sign him in the first place? It was a weird transfer. It's one that surface level made a lot of sense. Creative backup for Odegaard. Okay? So what happened? The manager never chose him. Was the man? Because for me, if you tell me that Vieira never impressed Mikel Arteta forced Kai Havertz to impress. Mikel Arteta forced Raheem Sterling to impress, and Sterling never even impressed. So I don't think Mikel Arteta really gave this guy enough time. Was it an Edu idea? I don't know. I really don't know about that one. But as they're saying, if they can get 20 to 25 million euros, that player will be sold as well. Then moving over, that is 4 signings now. That is 4 departures. Number 5 is your favorite, Gabriel Martinelli. Arsenal are not pushing Martinelli out. They're simply saying, we can upgrade in this area, and if the right offer comes in. Now, Bayern are serious about Gabriel Martinelli, but they want to first consider Luis Diaz. If Luis Diaz signs for them, then Martinelli to Bayern is off. But if Luis Diaz doesn't sign, Bayern will attack Arsenal with a bid for Gabriel Martinelli. 70 million, done deal. Trossard is also under consideration by Bayern, but I doubt Arsenal sell both of them. It would be crazy. Then you have your man himself, Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus, again, another player that, if you ask me, time to go. If you want to protect his value, time to go, right? It's time to go. On Rodrigo, today, Arsenal have indicated they're willing to splash the cash on Rodrigo. 80 million pounds, rising to 100 million euros. 300k wages, those are demands. And Arsenal saying, we are set. But also on the Eberechi as a front, Arsenal are willing to do a swap deal if Reece Nelson, one player I've not talked about really, if Reece Nelson is included in the deal, and Crystal Palace agree to that, then Arsenal are open to that. But Crystal Palace have Matthias Franca. Is it called Franca? Of something like that, right? They got Franca. They've got Ismaili Sarr as well. I don't know if they keep Mateta. But if they have Mateta and Nketiah as well, would they add Nelson to that team? We're told that they've got interest in Nelson, but I bet they would want like 60 million, and then they just buy like Reece Nelson with their own money. Anyway, that's what has happened today. See you soon.